Very funny. Hey guys, welcome back. This is the Clumsy Jedi here, bringing you another film review of an 80s movie. Today's movie is going to be The Last Starfighter. Came out in the year 1984. Was directed by Nick Castle and starred K.E. Cutter, I think, Dan Mason, Lance Guest, Dan O'Herlihy, Catherine Mary Stewart, and Robert Preston. The summary of The Last Starfighter is there's a teenager who lives in a mobile home park whose life is basically going nowhere and he can't wait to get out of there. Turns out the video game that he's very good at, an arcade game called The Last Starfighter, is actually a recruitment tool that whoever gets a really high score gets recruited to go help save the galaxy. This movie kind of plays like someone's fan fiction brought to the screen. When I watched it most recently, I found it very slow and dull, and I actually fell asleep and had to watch the latter half of it another day, and it was just mind-blowingly boring to me. What I liked most about The Last Starfighter was the character of Centauri, the guy in the hat and the sort of a trench coat. He was an alien, but he was disguised as a human, and he had the most personality of anyone else in the whole film. All the other characters were just, like, flat, one-dimensional, and ugh. What I disliked most about the film was, well, basically everything else. The main character was not unlikable. He was just a little bit too much like Luke, I guess. This guy living out in the middle of nowhere who can't wait to leave, and when he does, he's kind of like, whoa, this is not what I expected. I really did not like the main character's little brother, Lewis. That kid, he might have been 10, and he had a really foul mouth. He was as annoying as all get out. More than that, this kid, this 10-year-old kid hasn't even hit 12 or 13 yet. This kid's hiding Playboy magazines. Are you kidding me? That, in part, is what makes it not quite family-friendly. So, for the scoring of The Last Starfighter, I'm going to get this over with as quickly as I can. The story, I would give, it was about average for the 80s, so it's a 7 out of 10. The acting, not terribly good. A lot of the people, especially the guy's mom, were very flat. The guy, it looked sort of like a reptile. I'm sorry I can't remember his name because I was falling asleep during half of the movie. He wasn't that bad, even though he was sort of morbidly enthusiastic. He's like, oh, if we die, that's great. You kind of an everything is awesome attitude. So I would give the acting a 6 out of 10. Script, same, not very good. There were a lot of lines that came out as just plain flat, and it was kind of one note, and not good. So another 6 out of 10. The humor, I did not find it funny at all. The only time I even cracked a smile was with Centauri, so the humor gets a 5 out of 10. Music, it was a good score, but what kept it from being a really good score was the fact that it was repetitive. It was just the same theme played at different rates. And I completely forgot the theme, so that does not speak volumes for it. Normally I love movie music, and this just left me feeling blah, so that one gets a 7 out of 10. Cinematography was average, no mind-boggling shots, except for the very first use of CGI ships in a movie. Of course, now it's painfully obvious that it was CGI, but still, it was pretty groundbreaking back then. So I will give it a 7 out of 10. Giving The Last Starfighter a Clumsy Jedi score of 6.3 out of 10. No, I didn't like this movie. It wasn't terrible, but it just... Stay tuned, because later this week I'm going to be reviewing another movie. Technically it's not an 80s movie, but it's already on the list, so I'm too lazy to move it and find another animated movie to take its place that I've actually seen. The next movie is going to be The Rescuers Down Under. So that's all for today, and until next time, this is the Clumsy Jedi signing off. Bye guys!